then my living will not be in vain.
I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Charge of violence against us actually stems from the guilt complex that exists in the conscious and subconscious minds of most white people in this country.
He does not even feel sorry, but he romanticizes it by putting it on television with cowboy and Indians.
There are Negroes who are presently qualified to be President of the United States. There are many who are qualified in terms of integrity, in terms of vision, in terms of leadership ability. But we do know that there are certain problems and prejudices and mores in our society which make it difficult now. However, I am very optimistic about the future. Frankly, I have seen certain changes in the United States over the last 2 years that surprised me. I've seen levels of compliance with the Civil Rights Bill and changes that have been most surprising. So on the basis of this, I think we may be able to get a Negro president in less than 40 years. I would think that this could come in 25 years or less.
Free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
The heart of the question is whether all Americans are to be afforded equal rights and equal opportunities, whether we are going to treat our fellow Americans as we want to be treated.
There is no Negro problem. There is no Southern problem. There is no Northern problem. There is only an American problem.
That out of many, we are truly one. Tonight is your answer.
God damn America that's in the Bible for killing innocent people.
The whites are against integration in practice, but they're for it in principle. So the only solution is separation. this philosophy. The white man pays Reverend Martin Luther King, subsidizes Reverend Martin Luther King, so that Reverend Martin Luther King can continue to keep the Negroes to be defenseless. That's what you mean by nonviolence.
Trying to discredit the power of my message by calling me names that will undercut my magnetic attraction in my own people. I want to say, my brothers, this is a very pregnant moment, pregnant with the possibility of tremendous change in our status in America and in the world. And although the call was made through me, many have tried to distance the beauty of this idea from the person through whom the idea and the call was made.
America can change, but attitudes change slowly. What I was hinting at is that there's something that we, as black people, must do to affect that kind of change.
I think the recent Malcolm X fad has given a lot of people the impression that Malcolm X, proud, black, unbreakable, militant, and Martin Luther King, rather weak, conciliatory, lovey-dovey type. It's not the way I remember it at all. It seems to me that Dr. King, by taking on a whole number of important issues of power and justice, and daring, even while he was in a life-and-death struggle, and really was life-and-death struggle over segregation, daring to say that the society couldn't both do justice to its citizens and fight an unjust war in Asia, and to take the heat that came from making that connection, and to take the physical risk that was required from, as we now know, the official political police of the country, is an exemplary record of courage, and one that doesn't make it seem fair to me at all to think of him as a sort of milquetoast moderate.
We have to recognize who our major enemy is. The major enemy is not your brother, flesh of your flesh and blood of your blood. The major enemy is the hunky and his institutions of racism. That's the major enemy. That is the major enemy.
Not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. Say that we may be in the slum, but the slum is not in us.
There is no peaceful way. The white man, I say to you over and over again, is absolutely disagreeable to get along with in peace.
Forever, backward never. No turning around, no backing up, no selling out, no bowing down, no submitting, no compromise. It's going to be no justice. No justice. All right.
My constituency is the desperate, the damned, the disinherited, the disrespected, and the despised. We have shifted from having a seizure about what the man got to seizing what we need. Red, yellow, black, and white, we're all precious in God's sight. Our time has come. You want somebody who marched for you to get the right to vote, but you got a choice. You want somebody who challenged corporate America to hire you and give you contracts. You got a choice.
On the other hand, we must also fight for even funding, equal funding. Why do we do so on the football field, the basketball court? Because the playing field is even. The rules of the public and the goals are clear, and rules do matter. But for the most part, black men fighting to survive the system, black boys are catching hell.
Talking down to black people on those faith base. Talking down to black people.
What does this say about America?
Arizona welcome to Governor Sarah.
Well, it's said that America is a different nation, a better nation. We're different people. We are a better people. We are prepared to lay down our dark past and look to a bright future. That in spite of all of our problems, we're prepared to come together and follow a man of hope, a man of vision that can take us to a place where we recognize and respect the dignity and the worth
Congressman,
of all of our fellow citizens.
Congressman.
The fist is the Uncle Tom. All it is a militant begging. It's militant dependence. I'm the one who's saying we can do it on our own and must do it on our own, and we won't ever get anywhere until we do it on our own. I'm the ones who's saying we have the ability to do it on our own. We have the capacity to do it on our own. And that dependence is a loser's game, and anger is a waste of time. We're free. We're free as we're ever going to be. And now is our opportunity. We have to stand up like men and women and take it, regardless of what the world says, regardless of whether or not there's still racism here. I'm the militant. They're the Uncle Toms.